Hello, everybody out there in the land of make-believe. This is the holier than hell Reverend Bark Me Laughing Wolf, submortal cheerleader to the apocalypse and diabolical minion of good. And I've been able to get a lot of videos out, got a lot of stuff going on, and but I'm getting this one out. So stop complaining. Nobody's complaining. Nobody watches this channel. So, what's this video about? Top 10 things to do before you go on a bike ride. And that's if you're commuting or you're going on a long ride. Before you get on the bike, here's 10 things you should think about doing before you do that on your bike. And this might not apply to everybody. You know, like if you don't wear pants, then some of these rules won't pertain to you. If they do, then they do. If they don't, skip them, and then maybe your list will only be 6 things. So let's just get to it here and see what we got on the list. Number 1. Check your route. Check your route before you go. And this is something you can do in the morning. It's good to do probably within an hour of your trip. And just go on the Google and check the traffic reports, see if there's a red area, find out maybe there's detours, something going on. If you're taking surface roads, you can usually find it, through the DOT and or your parks department will tell you what trails are open, and it's different for every city. So you have to find out what resources are applicable to your situation and, just bookmark them. When you get up, just check them, see what's going on in the city. And that way, you don't have any surprises. Check your routes. Number 1. Let's see what we got for number 2. Charge it. Now, this here is an electric bike channel, so I suppose that most of you guys are riding electric bikes, got a lot of stuff to charge. Made a little video about it. Let's take a look. All right, so I've got several things that I need to charge up before I leave the house. Make sure that I've got all the battery power on it. Got my helmet cam. I try to carry extra batteries for it, but usually it lasts about an hour, 20 minutes on a battery. So most of my trips are under that. And I turn it on and off as I go. But mostly I try to carry an extra battery with me. Make sure that I have a fully charged battery in there. Make sure that my my electric bicycle, has a good charge on the battery there. I might do a night ride tonight, so I'm going to top it off before I go on that ride tonight. So got that one, and since I'm doing a night ride, I want to make sure that my headlamp is working, my headlight. So it's blue, it's full charge, it's blue, and then it changes the little dot changes colors as the blue says it's charged. Oh, and then I got my ORP horn. Now this ORP horn, everybody should get an ORP horn. It has a light on it, but I just use it for its its horn purposes. But if I need it, I've got it. So if my I shouldn't have turned it off. I always leave it on. I've got an ORP video. Go check out my ORP video if you want to know more about the ORP. I'll put the thing in the thing, and then you can do the thing and the clicking and the bell and whatever. So what else we got over here? So I got this. I got that. So I rarely have to check my ORP for I hook it up maybe once every couple months. Make sure my headlamp is in, my camera, and my phone, which I'm using. Hi phone, which I'm using. Make sure I got a good charge on my phone and a good charge on my battery. Okay, well that's number 2. Let's see what we've got now for number 3. Oh, yep, that's a good one. Bike check. Check your bike. Make sure your bike is in running order. Now, I got another video for that I filmed here. Let's roll that clip. So oftentimes when I'm done with a ride, I'm pretty exhausted. I got to climb up a big hill to get here, and I'll pull in. I'll park my bike. I'll shed all my gear, and I'll just walk away. Won't even put another thought into it. And that is That's why when you come back to your bike, or at least when I come back to my bike, I do it a good check over. First of all, I pull off all the stuff. Here's my handkerchiefs. I use this bandana. I do use the bandana method of face covering. I know because people say it's not as effective, but that's what I do. That's how I do. Drop my coat on there, and sometimes there'll be a couple coats on there if I haven't ridden the bike in a while. Got my helmet is all good to go, and my camera is on there. I'm gonna check. Should check your tires every time. I admit I don't. It actually feels fine. Just check them with your hand. Give them a little mushy. They feel good. They feel all right. Now, if you want to, you could check your spokes every once in a while and make sure that's actually a little loose. Now, this is actually a new rear. I might need to. I thought I actually did get those. That tire trued. Yeah, see, these are much tighter. So I might actually need to get this tire trued here sooner than later. But I think it'll probably be later. So yeah, just give your bike a check over. Even check your chain. Just take a look at it. Make sure you didn't drop. I've dropped bungee cords. I've taken a bunch of stuff off the back of my bike. Dropped a bungee cord in there, and when I took off, I had a bungee cord issue. You don't want your bungee cords up there in your cassette. I tell you this here, it's not fun. So yeah, just give your bike a little checkup. Check in with your bicycle. And where are you going? And make sure everything's good to go. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, that's it. Check your bike. Make sure it's in a good running order before you go on your ride. So that's number 3. Let's see what we've got for number 4. Laces out. Okay, and I made a video for that too. Let's take a look. Okay, so what do I mean by laces out? We got this here shoe here, and I tied it just like you usually do, nice and centered. Looks real nice. You got the bunny ears and everything. But the flippity-floppity over here on this side, look at that. So this can get caught up into your gear and stuff. Now, you're better off if you double knot it, but whenever I double knot it, I forget I got it double knotted, then I go to yank it, and then I tighten it, and I can't get my shoe off, and I want to be able to get my shoe off. So, what I do is I lace it, I knot it up as tightly to the outside as possible. So instead of being centered like the other shoe, it is over here, and it makes it less likely. See, it's all aimed off up that way, as opposed to this other one that's aimed off in yonder there. So yeah, that's what I mean by laces out. And I forget to do this, but then when I start riding, it gets all hooked up in my crank or in my chain ring, and so I have to stop, get off the bike, and tie it over to the side here. And whenever I tie it over to the side, this works. This works for me. This does not work for me. This guy always gets caught up in my stuff, and when I have it like this, it does not get caught up in my stuff. So there's that. Finkel Einhorn. Sorry. And let's see now what we've got going on for number 5. Yep, pants, legs, kind of the same thing. A little different deal, but the same thing. Let's take a look at that video. I got holes in my pants. Right here, where my feet come out. So, yeah, you got your pant cuffs there. Now, I'm wearing these nice zippered up. This is what you should wear if you can. Something that's nice and tight to your leg. But oftentimes you can't. And you either need to tuck your pant leg into your sock. Usually people just fold it a bit, tuck it into the sock. Maybe you got a boot you can tuck it into, but if you don't, you got to get here one of these here. Just had the darn, there it is. You got to get one of these here strappy things. I'm going to need both hands to put that on hold. So you strap this here on here like that. Got some Velcro on there, and it's a reflective. That there is a reflective strip, so that's nice. And these are only a couple of bucks, and you get one of those, and your pant leg doesn't get all caught up in your I got it on the wrong leg. Just like that. So you got your Velcro on there, and then you got it there so it doesn't get caught up in your chain ring. Now, I have had my my right cuff, I've been wearing some flippity floppity pants, and my left cuff has gotten caught on the crankshaft. I don't even know how I did it, but that is a danger, but not as much as getting your pant leg there caught in the chain ring, which is always on the right hand side. So I don't know why I was showing you left hand side. Forget all that. I was do it on your right hand side. Here, or do the tuck or the boot or the this here stripper strap thing. Okay, there you go. Make sure you're tucked. Make sure your cuffs are tucked. Tuck your cuffs, people. All right, let's see. Okay, that's number 5. Let's see what we got for number 6. Yep, okay, this might seem like a weird one. This is one I do every time I empty my pockets. I don't put anything in my pockets. You got some keys in here and something in this pocket and something in a lighter and that, and you crash and you got a lighter jammed in your leg and your keys going in an artery and you bleed out right there on the trail. You don't want that to happen. So yeah, make sure that you empty all your pockets before you go. I have several little pockets on my bike, on my pannier and my frame pack, and I've got a handlebar bag. So I got little places to put everything. And what doesn't fit in there, the stuff that I want to have readily available, I got this here. It's a fanny pack. I don't wear it on my fanny though. And in fact, this is I designed this. This is from my company, the Barco Toy Company. Hey there, you gotta check it out. So yeah, I wear a fanny pack. I got it right here, just like this. All right, so can you see that? So that's how that works. I wear this, and then I can actually put my phone right here. Then I got all my pocket stuff, my tobacco, lighter, handkerchief, hand sanitizer, other smokable materials. Keep them all in here so that if I crash. And then the other thing, other than crashing, you're riding along, you're jostling things and stuff goes flying out of your pockets. I've had that happen plenty of times. Stuff goes flying out of my pockets, and then I don't have the stuff anymore. So I don't keep anything in my pockets to avoid injury in case of a crash, and just so I don't lose stuff. So, all right. So that's number 6. Yeah, let's go for number 7. What is number 7? Let's take a peek. See here, and that is dress for success. Okay, dress for success. That's an easy one. Check the weather. Now, there's been plenty of times where I've glanced out the window and looked at the sky and thought I knew what the weather was like, and then got outside and it was either colder than it looked, hotter than it looked, or wetter than it looked, or there was sideways wind. I want to check the weather. I want to check the weather where I am and where I'm going. Because, again, I live in the Pacific Northwest. Just because of the hill I live on, it isn't raining. Next hill over, it may be. So check the weather. You don't want to overdress and have a whole bunch of gear that you don't need. And you don't want to underdress. And especially if you're going to be out for a while. I was traveling at 7 in the morning, and then again at 5 in the evening, and the weather fluctuated quite a bit. So look ahead, look at the weather, see what's going to be happening, when you're going to be traveling, and dress appropriately. Carry any extra gear that you might need all along your journey. I always try to carry. I mean, unless like the last couple of weeks, it's been pretty sunny all day, so I don't have to worry about it too much. But I always like to carry some rain gear on my bike just in case. Okay, so that's number 7. Let's see what we got for number 8. And number 8 is secure your load. Got another video for that. Let's roll the clip. Okay, and then before you take off, you just want to check your batten down your hatches. And we'll check your stowaway. Make sure everything's stowed away, and all of your zippers are zippered up. So I lost a wallet. I was had a different configuration, but I had a wallet fall out of a pocket because I didn't have it zippered up properly. You gotta make sure all your clipper clips are clipper clipped. Get in there, clipper clip, clipper. I set you up so that you'd be easy, so that when I filmed it, it'd look like I knew what I was doing. But now you gotta be. There you go, clipper clip. I'm just using one hand. If I had two hands, I could have done it like an adult. Up, zippers up. Had stuff pop out. See, now this one seems like, nope, it's got a little bit. And I've got something in here that I break a couple of times, and it could come out there. Black lamp. There you go. So that's my multi-tool. So I'll make sure that's zipped up. Make sure that this is zipped, and everything is nice and zipped. And I charged my battery. Is inside here. So let's make sure that I got this zipped up, because if you get some rain in there, this is a waterproof bag. Works really well. It is it's a Blackburn. And yeah, that's worked out really well. I got that. That's the first thing I got for the bike. And it's one of the only non Ortlieb items that I have. But yeah, so everything seems zippered up and good to go. And so I am good to go. Okay, that was fantastic information. Make sure you got all your stuff stowed away and that your stows are stowed away. Stows. That's it. Make sure you got all your zippers zippered and your clips clippered. And again, it should be ready to go. So that is number 8. Let's go with number 9. Oh, and this is a good one. Check yourself, for you may wreck yourself. So I've had some problems. I've been hit a few times. I've gotten in a few accidents, but nearly every time I was in a single bicycle accident, and that means I just crashed for no reason. It was usually either because I was not physically capable of riding, or I was not mentally capable of riding. So now you've gone through this whole list. You've been doing this, that, making sure you got your thing, checking your time. You got to get to where you're going. All right, so now you got your heads all discombobulated. You just got to recombobulate it. Take a second, center, become one with yourself, and really check in. Are you physically able to ride? Now, one of the crashes I was in, I broke my thumb, and that was just because I hadn't gotten a lot of sleep the night before, and I got to work okay, but throughout the day I got tireder and tireder, and when it was time to go home, I was like, screw it, I just get on my bike, I'll get home, everything will be fine, and I made it like a mile and a half, and crashed in a crosswalk going like 5 miles an hour, trying to go to onto a little ramp onto the sidewalk, and I just lost control of the bike, and I slid underneath the fence, broke my thumb. And then I kept, during that period of time, it took me a while to heal my thumb. I was like, oh, I'm going to ride today. And it turned out I couldn't ride. I had to turn around and go back because my thumb was all messed up. So check in with yourself. Make sure your head is straight. Make sure your body is ready for the ride that you have planned. And if it's not, don't feel bad about it. Make alternative plans on either don't go on the ride that day, or catch a bus or something. But it's not worth risking your life going out if you're not prepared to ride, mentally and physically. Okay, so we've got 1 through 9 here. Check your route, charge it. Check your bike out. Make sure your shoelaces are tied properly, safely. Make sure your pants are tucked. Tuck your cuffs, people. Tuck your cuffs. Right. Don't have a bunch of weird stuff in your pockets. Make sure you're wearing proper gear. Make sure your load's secure. Check in with yourself, and now you're all ready to go. But one last thing you might want to do: contact your next of kin. And that's of course, that's, I don't mean that literally, but maybe you do, because I'll check with my mom if I have to. So I live by myself, so I don't have anybody to check in with when I get home. So when I was leaving work, I would often text somebody and say, hey, I'm getting on my bike, heading home, just so somebody knew they could say, oh yeah, I was the last person to hear from him alive. He sent me a text. He seemed to be of sane mind at the time. So yeah, it's good to check in with somebody, and that's it. Now you're all set to go. Get on your bicycle. relax a little bit, relax your headspace, get ready to hit the open road, and then go have fun. So that's the end of this video. I'll try to get some more videos up. I got just hit 15,000 miles experience riding e-bikes. Just got go last week, something like that. So I want to get up a video about that. If you like this, there, go down, like, subscribe to the thing. I guess there's a bell does something, I don't know. But otherwise, till next time, ride safe, be seen, have fun.
Finkel and Einhorn, Finkel and Einhorn, Finkel and Einhorn, Finkel and Einhorn.